Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Now, I want to briefly talk about what's going on between Wendy Williams and her brother Tommy because you guys have been requesting it, and then I'm over it. Now, before we get into that, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of this tea. Now let's get back into it. Now, Tommy Williams, who happens to be Wendy Williams' brother, took to his YouTube channel on Saturday to vent to his subscribers about how hurt he was because Wendy Williams did not attend their mother's funeral.
What would make somebody not go to their own mother's funeral?
Now, I talked to Tommy after the wake. Wendy was there, Big Kev was there, Lil Kev was there, cool. He did tell me that Lil Kev was in the back on his computer. Wendy had on, I think, a hazmat suit. She didn't have on a mask. She was just kind of there in the back. Nobody was really bothering her, and Wendy didn't really want to be bothered. When Wendy first got into town before the wake, she told her family, look, I'm only here for the night, and I'm flying back out tomorrow. So Wendy was only going to be there for the wake. She said she had to get back home. So they were really confused as to why she had to get back home, but they was like, you know what, we're going to just chuck it up. Wendy has to get back home. From my conversation with Tommy and two other people that were confirmed to be there during the wake went on without a hitch, meaning nothing bad happened. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful first send-off for the mother. During the funeral, which was the next day, Tommy was there holding up his father. Wanda was there holding up their father. And Wendy was not, but they weren't looking for Wendy because Wendy already said she was not going to be there. After the funeral, Tommy got a call from Big Kev. Big Kev was like, you know what? Wendy, Lil Kev and I went out to eat today. And after we went out to eat, we came back to the crib and we watched your YouTube videos. I'm trying to see what angle you're going with your YouTube videos. What's going on? What are you trying to accomplish here? And Tommy was like, hold up. Wendy's here? So he wasn't even thinking about the whole YouTube thing. He was like, Wendy's here? And Kevin was like, yeah, she's here. He was like, well, I thought she was leaving. He was like, nah, we've been at the house all day after going out to eat, watching your videos all day. So Tommy got off the phone. Tommy spoke to his dad and said, Dad, did you know Wendy was still here? His daddy said no. He said, well, Dad, call her to see if she's still here. And he called and Wendy was still there. So his dad was like, well, why didn't she come to the funeral then? Because I thought she was leaving. This is where all of the confusion comes in. Okay, now I get it. Wendy doesn't owe anyone anything. I personally, myself, do not like when wakes are held one day and funerals are held on the other day. I feel like if I'm going to be in pain, give me my pain all at once. But having pain on two separate days, I can't deal with it. And Wendy may be the same way. She may, just be like, look, I can only see my mom like that one day. But doing that to me 2 days, I can't do. And that is fine. Wendy does not owe that explanation to anyone. I just think for her dad's sake, maybe if she would have told her dad that, Dad would not be asking Tommy these questions that Tommy does not know the answers to. Wendy, I think, tries to remain strong. She wants everybody to think she's strong. And this is a particular time where you're not going to be strong. I'm sorry, Wendy, but you're not going to be strong during this time. So I feel like she could have told her dad, look, Dad, I can't come to both and I'm not going to come to both. And it is what it is. I think what really may have caused more pain to their dad at this particular moment was that y'all all know when Wendy was trying to get away from Big Kev, Wendy came to Florida and she was around her mother and her father. So they were there for her in her time of need. Now that Dad needs her, she's with Kev. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And that's probably what's going through his head right now. You have to think about it. He's 89 years old. He just lost his spouse. And you think that your children are going to be there for you during that time. Like I said, everyone grieves differently. Wendy may not have been able to take being at the wake and then the funeral. To me, that is too much. I know I couldn't do it. Just get it all out at once. Let it all be in one day. But everybody has services differently. Okay, so let's break down everything that happened. So on Saturday, Tommy took to his YouTube and he said some things he probably should not have said because it was going to blow up. Tommy was upset. He was venting. When you're going through grief, you act out, you sling mud, you do things that you probably shouldn't do. So Tommy, no, you should not have done that. Okay, so Tommy gets online. He explains to his subscribers that, hey, Wendy did not come to the service. Many people did not know that. Okay, on Monday, Wendy came on TV and she said this.
Tommy, let me tell you something right now. All you are is my brother. You better stop talking the way you're talking, because now it's dripping into my comment page. See, I wasn't searching for Tommy. And I'm seeing a lot of comments about your brother doesn't like you, or you better watch your back because your brother's on one. Or, Wendy, I can't believe you're this kind of person, or that. He's pegging me to be a person that I am not. Honey, you don't want me to start pegging you to be the person that you are. Norman, do you understand what I'm talking about?
I understand what you're talking about.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
I understand what you're talking about.
Okay.
Right.
By the way, do you like my dress, Tommy?
Yes.
He would like a dress like this. Excuse me, crew in the back. You and your wife better get your life before I get it for you.
Let me just say this real quick. When you have a good mother, which I believe Miss Shirley was, that mother is like an anchor and the family is like a boat. And when that anchor is taken out, that boat can go left, right, go around in circles. The family really dynamic is just never the same. I guarantee you that Miss Shirley would have been able to get Wendy together and get Tommy together, and they could not have said anything about it. But like I said, that anchor is now gone, so the family is running amok, and it's getting crazy. Wendy, I can say this, your beef is with Tommy. To bring up Tommy's wife, who I've spoken to, she's a very sweet lady, to bring her up when Tommy has done nothing but spoken highly of Big Kev, I honestly feel like that was wrong. Bringing up sexuality, I am so shocked that the LGBTQIA community has not gone in on Wendy, because from my understanding, you're not supposed to do that. Wendy's PR team sucks. I honestly feel like the only thing Wendy should have gotten on her show and said, if anything, would be, hey, we all grieve differently. I made it to a service. I wasn't going to make it to both, and I don't owe that to anyone. End of story. That's all Wendy had to say, and it could have been deaded. Okay, well, Tommy gets back online, and Tommy expresses that he loves his sister, and his only question is, he keeps getting asked from his dad, Wendy, why didn't you come to the funeral?
The main thing that I'm asking you, Wendy, is please tell Daddy why you didn't attend the funeral.
So Wendy gets on her show again the next day and she says, hey, I talked to my dad. My dad said I didn't do anything wrong, but this is really what happened. Wendy said, I was at the service. Wendy didn't say which service, but again, we all know Wendy went to the wake. She did not go to the funeral.
I'm not mad at you. You did the right thing. I said, Dad, but there's more to the story, and you know it, So here it is. Count me down, because I don't want to spend more than a minute and a half on this. Seriously. Tommy, you know I was at Mommy's service. And you know she looked beautiful in her casket. And you know that you fist fought a loving member of our family, half your age, who was supposed to be somebody, a blood relative, everyone, not my son. My son is in the back, shocked that he's at his grandmother's funeral, studying for midterm. And I'm going between a closed service, saying hello to people, and also my son wanted me to quiz him so that he gets an A. It's weird how kids are, but he's 20 and it was something. You started a fight over an open casket right there with my mother. Thank God we were at a civilized funeral home. And the man of the funeral home blocked so Mommy wouldn't fall out and there'd be a catastrophe. You should know better at 53.
I know with the type of father that Wendy has, Wendy's father would not be okay with Tommy fighting at a funeral and then him chilling with him afterwards. Tommy has been over there every day chilling with his dad. Not only that, I've spoken to Tommy and two other people that were in attendance, and nobody has the same story that Wendy has. I don't know why Wendy would make this up, but I do not believe this story. Lastly, Wendy has something that she does when she's not telling the truth. She did this when she was talking about all being well in Huntersville, and that's that rattling that darn sugar packet and looking down at it. Every time Wendy is getting ready to not be truthful, I have noticed this. Wendy tends to do that.
You did the right thing. I said, Dad, but there's more to the story, and you know it, and you know it. So here it is. You know I was at Mommy's service. And you know she looked beautiful in her casket. And you know that you fist fought a loving member of our family.
Stop it.
In a weird kind of way, Norman, I love the attention.
Right.
But it wasn't a plant. It's some sort of weird story going around the internet regarding my husband. Now look, I'm a straight shooter, pow. All you gotta do is Google him and you see the story. You can believe what you want, but don't believe the hype. And if there was hype, believe me, I would let you know.
I don't know if Wendy is feeling guilt about making it to the wake and not the funeral. Wendy, it's happened to other people before. It's not the end of the world, sis. But I can say this, making these stories up and these stories that are this bizarre, Wendy, I don't know if she's doing this because she has this movie coming out and she just wants to keep everything going. Wendy knows how to keep a buzz in her name, and I got a feeling that might be it. Anyway, I need to hear from you. What do you think about everything that's going on between Wendy Williams, her brother, her going back and forth, him going back and forth with her? Leave a comment, and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new episodes.